Good evening and welcome to TBC News Bulletin. Our first headlines tonight. Final farewell to Swedi Mwinyi as iconic presenter laid to rest.
I think we should celebrate his life. He was such, like I said, he was a very good presenter, a radio presenter.
Mega plans ahead to further improve healthcare. Good evening, I'm Agnes Tuniga. You can also follow us live on our YouTube channel, TBC Online, and also get all the latest news through our Instagram, Facebook, and X pages at TBC Online. Sober mood engulfed the media fraternity and other Tanzanians as Dar es Salaam residents bid final farewell and final laid-to-rest radio renowned presenter Ramadhan Swedi Mwinyi. The iconic radio presenter died yesterday, and he has worked with Tanzania Broadcasting Corporation, TBC, for over 30 years. Peter Mganga has prepared the following report.
It's the final farewell of the late Ramadhan Swedi Mwinyi, a talented radio broadcaster who gained popularity across the country with his powerful voice. Close relatives of the late Swedi Mwinyi explain how he grew up during his life.
Swedi Mwinyi was too funny, a person who loves stories. Once you stay with him, you'll be happy. He was very gentle. He respected me and he listened to me a lot.
Best lesson we get from him is loving your profession and focusing on that profession and realizing the dream as a boy. I'm sure, knowing when we were growing up, he wanted to become a great player. And he did try to do that. But since he could not realize that his first dream, he still made it, and made a very big impact, I believe, in football as one of the leading broadcaster of the football.
On the other hand, the employees of the Tanzania Broadcasting Corporation, who had the opportunity to work with him, have explained how Swedi Mwinyi was devoted to his work.
I remember he worked with Deutsche Welle in German. But he came back. He never wanted to remain there. He came back because he liked his nation. He never stepped away. And they keep on making sure that the profession, journalism as per se, goes as it's supposed to be by teaching others.
To me, Swedi Mwinyi is an icon in the media industry. And to me specifically, I would say Swedi Mwinyi is my mentor. Why do I say he's my mentor? Because I really wanted to be a director of ceremonies, and I remember at first I was attached to him as a director of ceremony when President Samia Suluhu Hassan was the vice president of the United Republic of Tanzania by then. But then I used to learn a lot from him by listening to him when he was doing current affairs program then, because I always wanted to be a radio presenter.
I remember the time I met Swedi Mwinyi. It was in 2011 when I was there for the first time at TBC. We started together a program known as Jioni Njema in it was in 2013. He was very good, humble, ready to teach everyone who is ready to be taught by him.
Furthermore, various media personalities who are here explained their feelings following the death of their fellow legendary radio figure.
I think we should celebrate his life. He was such, like I said, he was a very good presenter, a radio presenter, announcer, and I think we should follow his steps, and we can still learn a lot from him. I mean, there's a lot of audio left behind from his commentary days, and I think for those young people who really want to get into radio commentary, they should listen to how he did it, the delivery, and I'm certain that there's a lot to learn from him.
I was employed on the same day with the late Swedi Mwinyi. We were about 10 new broadcast journalists. By then at RTD, they were calling us announcers. Among them was me, myself, Pascal Mayala, Abubakar Liongo, Swedi Mwinyi, Kasim Mikongolo, and Bakari Msulwa, 5 male announcers, and also there were 5 female announcers. Shida Waziri, then now it's Shida Masamba, and then Nyambona Masamba, Jen Rutaserwa, Rose Jaffet, and Eshe Muhideen. We were 10 of us.
This is the rusty journey of Ramadan Swedi, and TBC will continue to honor the legacy which left behind by him. Rest in peace, Ramadan Swedi. Reporting from Dar es Salaam, Peter Mganga, TBC News.
May he rest in eternal peace. Amen. The Vice President, Dr. Philip Mpango, called on the CARE International Organization to cooperate and support Tanzania in the fight against climate change, including disaster control and preparedness, as well as improving the early warning system. Dr. Mpango made the call while opening the CARE International Leaders Meeting in Dar es Salaam. Here are more details.
The Vice President, Dr. Philip Mpango, says there is a great need to boost cooperation and withstanding effects of climate change and facilitating modern agriculture that is climate resilient in order to improve productivity for small-scale farmers.
First is support to climate change, specifically in areas of early warning system, disaster management and adaptation, as well as building resilience, and focusing on areas such as climate-smart agriculture to improve productivity and yield by smallholder farmers, which are mostly women, as has already been pointed out. Second, I think it's about scaling up women economic empowerment programs, particularly on effective use of renewable energy.
Furthermore, the Vice President emphasizes on concerted efforts on clean energy for cooking program.
Through these collaborative efforts between the government, CARE International and partners, significant strides have been made as indicated by key development indicators. So for instance, the proportion of the population living below the basic needs poverty line has been decreasing from 34.4% in 2007 down to 26.4% in 2017 to 2018, and was estimated at 25.7% in 2020.
On the other hand, the Minister of Agriculture, Hussein Bashe, congratulates the CARE Tanzania organization for helping farmers to improve their farming activities and improve their agricultural production, and for facilitating the construction of a model Sakara tea processing factory located in Korogwe in Tanga.
Let's go and deal with the real problem. She said, you know, CARE, we have a very small budget for agro. I said, let's use that small budget. When people see the outcome, I think the envelope for agriculture will grow. So we started a project ya Kazi Yetu, and I wish when you go back home, she makes sure you go home with the Kazi Yetu products. After 1 year, Kazi Yetu product became an official product for COP28 in Dubai.
Health Minister Umi Mwalimu says the government, through the Muhimbili Orthopedic Institute, MOI, will start conducting brain and nerve transplants robotic surgery, while Muhimbili and Benjamin Mkapa Hospital will start to offer vitral fertilization IVF services, aiming to ensure these services are available to all at a low cost. Minister Umi has made the disclosure while presenting the budget for her ministry for the financial year 2024-2025, asking the Parliament to approve 1.3 trillion shillings. Here's the report by Alfan Ali, read by Faidangaga.
Health continues to be a key area for any nation. That is why the government of Tanzania has been putting a lot of effort to improve the sector, whereby health centers have increased from 8,500 in 2021 to 9,600 centers in 2024, and other modern medical equipment like MRI machines increased from 7 to 13.
CT scan kutoka 12 hadi 45.
CT scans machines have been increased from 12 to 45, digital X-ray machines from 147 to 346, ultrasound machines from 476 to 668, echo machines from 95 to 102.
While tabling the budget, Health Minister Umwe Mwalimu says the proposed budget aims to boost specialist treatment in the country.
Tunakwenda kuanza mchakato wa kuanzisha chombo cha kitaifa cha udhibiti wa bei za huduma za afya katika ngazi zote.
We are going to start the process of establishing a national instrument for the control of healthcare prices at all levels, because lately, the cry of Tanzanians has been that prices are too high. We are going to begin the initial stages of starting brain and nerve surgery using artificial intelligence robot to implement the 10 priorities are determined in the financial year 2024-2025, which is 1 trillion shillings, 311,837 and 466,000.
She also speaks of vital fertilization IVF services, the plan that is highly supported by parliamentarians. The issues of National Health Insurance Fund and that of controlling drug resistance were also highlighted in her speech.
Tathmini ya kina iendelee kufanyika. A thorough analysis shall continue to be done about new prices of medical services and to ensure that it considers all the suggestions of stakeholders in the health sector, public and the private sector. Sasa hivi dawa zinauzwa holela sana. Right now, medicine are sold in an improper manner. Typhoid is treated locally. It's important for us to set laws that will regulate the proper use of medicines.
Thereafter, the Parliament approved the budget of the Ministry of Health for the financial year 2024-2025.
The government of Tanzania has expressed its commitment to improve infrastructure and other services in the capital city, Dodoma, so as to facilitate faster transfer of embassies and diplomatic services to the city. Speaking during questions and answers session in the parliament earlier today, the Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs and East African Cooperation, Mbaruk Nasor Mbaruk, insists the government understands the importance of creating conducive environment for the transfer.
Serikali kupitia Wizara ya Mambo ya Nje na Ushirikiano na Afrika Mashariki.
The government, through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and East Africa Cooperation, continues to make efforts to persuade ambassadors who represent their countries here in the country to move to the country's headquarters in Dodoma. The government has already set aside land to build replacement offices and residence for the ambassadors.
Furthermore, the Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs and East African Cooperation adds that the government has already started to hand over land title deeds to the embassies.
And title deeds of the land are currently being issued.
To understand more on what impact the transfer will have to the Dodoma and other neighboring regions, we spoke with Parthenos Nyegira, who is the Diplomacy and International Affairs Analyst, who says the transfer of embassies to Dodoma will boost equality in regional economic growth.
Of course, you know, when they are shifting to Dodoma, most of the activities you can see, for example, residential areas for the diplomatic missions will be built in Dodoma. And you will see all the activities which are being conducted majorly for the government here in Dar es Salaam will be shifting to Dodoma. So there will be a serious attraction of good intentions in business, in service delivery, and of course the government will be concentrating in developing and making sure that all the services needed which have been directly in Dodoma and Dar es Salaam are quite in Dodoma.
Furthermore, on the issue of how ready the city has been to accommodate various local and international communities, he insists the region has been ready for years.
At least the land, of which is upon the embassies to inspect the land and to see if it has all those needed qualifications, because you know there are issues of transportation, there are issues of health services, there are issues of schools. Because you are not just moving an office, you are moving people.
So far, only Germany, UK, Chinese and French embassies have opened their embassy offices in Dodoma, as well as the UN Joint Coordination Office. Acting Ambassador of Uganda to Tanzania, Geoffrey Muhosi, says the trade balance between Tanzania and Uganda has reached $400 million until December last year, witnessing Tanzania exporting goods and services to Uganda worth $196 million compared to $186 million of imports of goods and services from Uganda. Here are more details.
He made the revelation in Dar es Salaam, announcing on the upcoming Tanzania-Uganda Business Forum, which is expected to be held in the country on May 23rd and 24th this year, calling on all business communities to participate.
Navigate the complexities of the global economy. The objective of this forum remains steadfast to attract investments between Uganda and Tanzania.
On the other hand, Tanzania Investment Center TIC Director General Gilad Terry says the meeting will include about 350 business communities that will have the opportunity to hold various business meetings, while both countries will have the opportunity to exchange experiences on the investments.
We are expecting to have on the 23rd and 24th of May, will provide an opportunity for investors from Tanzania and Uganda to meet, discuss investment opportunities, exchange information, as well as develop joint strategies on how to invest together.
We are collaborating in this forum with Uganda High Commission, TIC and PSFU to make sure that there is numbers of private sectors participating in this forum. We have already shared the registration link through our website and Uganda website as well. So we're expecting 350 participants, 200 from Tanzania and 150 from Uganda.
According to TIC, a total of 26 projects from Uganda have been registered at TIC with a value of $70 million and provide employment to more than 1,000 Tanzanians.
The Archbishop of Canterbury, Justin Welby, concluded his 3-day visit to Zanzibar yesterday, where during his visit he spoke on healing, reconciliation and redemption, addressing the dark and painful past of slavery. Most Reverend Justin Welby also met with Anglican bishops and clergy, as well as other church leaders in Tanzania. My colleague Fatuma Matulanga got a chance to talk to him, and here she starts by elaborating further on his healing, reconciliation and redemption plan.
Archbishop, you come to Zanzibar for reconciliation, and on Friday you visited slave markets. According to the history, how can we do reconciliation on this?
Well, we can't do anything about the past. The past has happened. So the first thing we have to do is recognize what happened. Then we have to ask ourselves, what can we do that will make for a better future? And that's about attitudes, it's about resources, and it's about structures of care, replacing structures of oppression. And that's a very long and difficult path to take. You can't just do it with money.
Okay, you talk about heal. How can Africans heal according to the history, even for those who conducted slave markets? Because I don't think if they're happy of what their forefathers did. So how can they heal?
Truth is a great healer. There's an old English saying that says sunlight is the best disinfectant. The Africans have known that for a lot longer than us, but you have a lot more sunlight than we have. In other words, when you reveal reality and you look at truth, that enables the journey of healing to begin. Lies, deception, and covering up prevent healing.
Okay, you did the same thing in West Africa. So there are people who supporting reconciliation, and there are some who don't think they want to reconcile. So how can we do it? How can we make reconciliation?
Well, reconciliation takes a long time. It's not something you can do in a few minutes or even a few years. We're talking about generations. You have to see, one person has to take the first step. And suspicion is always deeply embedded in conflict. So someone has to show they can be trusted, one side, and the others have to agree to listen at first. And reconciliation depends on people listening to each other and trying to hear the other people's story in such a way that when they tell it, the other people recognize it's their story. So you have to put yourself in the shoes of the people that you're reconciling with. And that is very difficult. As I say, it takes a very long time. But also the people who've perpetrated wrong have to show humility and a willingness to listen. It's no use saying that's just history.
NMB Bank has listed its NMB Community Bond with a value of $73 million in the London Stock Exchange, LSE, speaking in the UK during the last listing exercise of the bond, which has also been witnessed by the Tanzanian ambassador to the UK, Mbelwa Kairuki. NMB Chief Executive Officer Ruth Zaipuna says international markets have been enabling the bank to have funds to finance projects that support improving lives on societies and having a better future for all people. The second listing of NMB Community Bond in foreign stock markets follows its approval last month to be sold in Luxembourg Stock Exchange, where the NMB Jasiri Gender Bond has also been doing well since it was listed on the market last year. The principal energy advisor representing African Union Development Agency, Crispin Zana, says African Single Electricity Market Plan will be operational by 2040, bringing 55 member states to single African electricity market. Zana made the remarks during the second workshop on East African power, discussing the market rules and operational rules on conducting businesses in the power pool of East African. Mariam Mubiru has more.
Market is the world's largest continent-wide energy trading program meant to interconnect all 55 African Union member states through efficient, affordable and sustainable electricity markets. And here, Principal Energy Advisor representing African Union Development Agency Crispin Zana discusses the significance of the project to the growth of the economy.
Energy access should be for industrialization. So the whole effort should be to give electricity that also brings industry online, so that you can create jobs, you can empower the people to do their own industry, and 3, you will make Africans more attached to their natural resources.
On the other hand, Engineer James Wahogo, who is the Secretary General of Eastern Africa Power, says the physical infrastructure and operational procedures are still being set in place.
We had assigned a consultant to do this assignment under 2 tasks. One task was to look at the control areas. This study was completed 2 months ago, and I think the operational committee met here in Dar es Salaam, and they did validate the report.
The Deputy Executive Director for Electricity Transmission, Abubakar Issa, says the funds provided should be used to guarantee the availability of electricity within the region.
The overarching goals of these projects to address energy deficit that may happen in one country while other country has access energy.
Reporting from Dar es Salaam, Mariam Mubiru, TBC News.
Tanzanian cosmetic surgeons, in collaboration with internationally trained plastic surgeon Dr. Shirda Deshpande from Wockhardt Hospitals, Mumbai, India, have started a 5-day cosmetic surgery camp at Muhimbili Mloganzila Hospital. Speaking to TBC News at Julius Nyerere International Airport, Dr. Deshpande says the medical camp aimed to conduct reconstructive surgery and cosmetic surgery in collaboration with local doctors.
In this surgical camp, we are going to perform surgeries like liposuction, tummy tuck, breast surgeries, as well as BBL. So it's going to be an exciting time here. So our purpose of doing this is contouring of the body and to regain the shape which is there pre-pregnancy. So this is also called something as a mummy makeover. So it is most likely for women who are post-pregnancy. Also for younger women who are looking for a better shape, we can do this minimally invasive surgery. So there's not much of cutting that is required. It's a very minimally invasive, no scars that are there in this surgery, and it can give you the desired shape that you want.
We have received her, we welcomed her. She is with us for next 1 week. So if you are watching us and you need such type of services, you can come in Moganzila anytime, and from today onwards till Thursday or Friday. Okay, so you are most welcome. It's not expensive. You can call us, visit us in Moganzila and discuss. So we'll let you know everything.
The 5-day reconstructive and cosmetic surgery will focus on improving aesthetic aspects of the body, such as the face, body contouring, breast augmentation, facelifts, nose reshaping, liposuction. Before we wind up our local news tonight, let us now have a look to our today's exchange rates according to the Bank of Tanzania, BOT. TBC News every weekday to know all the latest in exchange rates. When we come back, it will be time for the latest in local sports news. And now, for sports news. Young Africans head coach Miguel Gamondi says it was not easy to retain the Tanzania Premier League title due to higher competition from all teams participating in the league. Speaking after beating Tibwa Sugar by 3-1 at Manungo Stadium in Morogoro, Coach Gamondi adds that the teamwork and commitment among technical bench, players and fans played a key role in winning the title for 3 years consecutively.
Very difficult because at the beginning I told the president what to expect, because you won the cup, we won the league, you were in final the cup. Was very difficult, very tough. We knew the other two teams, they prepared very well. They thinking this is the season for them, and we believe we incorporate a very good player.
Young Africans won the title 3 matches before the end of the Tanzania Premier League, having accumulated 71 points, which beyond the reach of either Azam FC or Simba, and the two are now fighting to finish second and get a chance for African Champions League. Chairperson of Tanzania Netball Association, Dr. Devota Marwa, says the ongoing East Africa Netball Championship have been competitive as players showcasing their talents in highest levels. Speaking during the game at Benjamin Mkapa Outdoor Stadium, Dr. Marwa adds that it will be very difficult to predict which team will take the trophy, as the booth displaying quality performance in the court.
The secret of all this is early preparation. Anything given enough time must bring success. So everything was ready to wait for the competition. I asked the home teams to do everything possible so that the championship remains here at home, because we are the host of this competition.
In the opening match, Uhamiaji Tanzania outclassed Zanzibar Warriors by 56 goals to 21. Nick from Uganda beating Zimamoto Zanzibar by 58 goals to 22. The competition continues tomorrow at the same court. That is sports news, and now before we conclude the news bulletin, let's take a look at our weather update.
Hello, welcome to the weather forecast. And this is 24 hours weather forecast from Tanzania Meteorological Authority, starting from tonight, 9 p.m. Wind is expected to flow at the speed of 20 kilometers per hour over Lake Victoria and Lake Tanganyika. And for Lake Nyasa, wind is expected to flow at the speed of 30 kilometers per hour. And the state of the lake is expected to be slight to moderate. For the entire coast, wind is expected to flow at the speed of 40 kilometers per hour. And the state of the sea is expected to be rough. And this comes with an advisory of severe weather, of which Tanzania Meteorological Authority has issued an advisory of period of strong winds reaching 40 kilometers per hour and large ocean waves reaching 2 meters over some areas of Dar es Salaam, Tanga, Pwani, including Mafia Isles, Lindi, Mtwara, together with Pemba and Unguja Isles. Necessary measures and precautions should be taken. And now let us see of the weather details, and this is what we expect for tonight. For the entire country is expected to be dry. And now let us see of what we expect for tomorrow. For Kigoma, Kagera, and Mara region, we expect partly cloud condition, thunder showers over few areas and sun periods. For northeastern highland and northern coast, with the exception of Morogoro region, we expect partly cloud condition, light rain showers over few areas and sun periods. And the remaining part of the country, we expect partly cloud condition and sun periods. And now let's take a look of the next 4 days weather forecast. That's all for today. Make sure to catch up again tomorrow. From Tanzania Meteorological Authority, my name is Mariam Faris. Bye-bye.
And that marks the end of our news bulletin for tonight. My name is Agnes Tuniga. Thank you very much for watching. Good night.
TBC1, ukweli na uhakika.